other side of the ball real quick. Once again, Indy just said, we'll give you the short stuff. We're going to let you play pitch and catch in the passing game. But we're going to sell out to stop the running game, which they did a pretty good job of. They stopped the run real well. And we're going to let you pass short on us all day. We know you're going to drive up and down the field on us, but we'll give you that. We'll let you do that and wait for you to screw up. That's the defense we have to play right now because we are undermanned. They did it again. Well, they just said, it's on you guys to screw up. That's the way we stop you. And they screwed up. Ben with that interception right before the first half, he had Holmes wide open and it was just a bad throw. Maybe even a little bit of a bad decision to throw in that situation. He had the big interception right before Indianapolis took the lead for the final time. That was, just a simple little throw that he missed. And on the last drive that Pittsburgh got the ball back with 3 minutes, and they could not move the ball and ended up throwing a desperation Hail Mary on the final play of the game because they could not get a decent drive going. So once again, Indianapolis just says, if you guys don't make any mistakes, you will beat us. We're going to wait for you to make a mistake. And it happened. And it's frustrating to watch, but it can be effective because, these last 2 weeks, New England and Pittsburgh have both had golden opportunities to knock off Indy and officially end their playoff hopes, and they screwed up. So it worked. And as for Ben, as for the Steelers offense, people are saying that Ben needs to take a seat, rest his shoulder for 2 or 3 weeks. Don't drink the Kool-Aid on Byron Leftwich, guys. He came in that Washington game, and yeah, he played okay. The Washington defense was not ready for Byron Leftwich. Leftwich is not that good of a quarterback. We saw this in Jacksonville and Atlanta. He's not that good. He gets hurt really easily. He makes some bad throws. He's got a really slow wind-up, all that. If a team is prepared to play Byron Leftwich, things could get ugly, and Pittsburgh needs to keep winning right now. So I don't know if they can afford to do that, really. They have to think about it, yeah, absolutely. But don't think it's black and white, because it's not that simple. Let's see, Chargers, Chiefs. I watched the last like 2 minutes of this game, and Gus Johnson had me enthralled. A masterful performance by Gus Johnson, because he got me interested in this piece of crap game. Great job by Gus Johnson. He got me pumped. Chargers. I don't know what this team has to do. They've got this talent. It refuses to come together. I don't know what it is at this point. Rivers had a couple of interceptions in the red zone. LT never got it going. Right, we thought he was back after his game against New Orleans. We thought maybe he was back. Maybe not. Maybe he'll never be the same. But San Diego did come marching back at the end. They had big touchdowns to tie it and take the lead. Rivers ended up having a very good game in spite of the early turnovers. But that defense, man, I don't know what the deal is. I know they don't have Sean Merriman, but one player, one outside linebacker in a 3-4 defense should not change everything like that, but it has. They cannot force turnovers. They cannot get stops. They cannot get good pressure. They got nothing. I don't get it. Maybe it's Norv Turner. Chiefs played valiantly. I don't know how Tyler Thigpen got good all of a sudden, but he's been playing very well the last several weeks. He's favoring Tony Gonzalez, which I love because Tony G's the best player on that team right now. So you should absolutely be favoring him, and I like to see that. He had a huge game. Looks to have a very good season this year in spite of the crappy quarterbacks throwing the ball his way. The Chiefs' defense came up with a couple of big turnovers, got some good pressure. A Glenn Dorsey sighting. Glenn Dorsey got a sack. So, for all you guys waiting, where's Glenn Dorsey? Where's Glenn Dorsey? There he is, finally. Finally. As for the 2-point conversion, I like it. The Chiefs have very little to play for right now. Why not go for the win? If you don't make it, who cares? If you do make it, it's motivational. Giants, Eagles. You know, a lot of good stuff happened in this game. Eli Manning completed a lot of passes on third down. I felt that the Giants were doing a good job moving the chains. They were very clutch on third down as a whole. Eli bounced back from that early interception, just brushed it off, and had himself a good game. Giants' running game was absolutely dominant on an Eagles run defense that is actually really good. Usually. Sometimes, I don't know what it is. Sometimes they're very good. Every now and then they throw up a stink bomb. I couldn't tell you what it is. While Jeremy Shockey is sucking it up in New Orleans, Kevin Boss is coming into his own in New York. So the Giants outsmarted us all again. I don't know what's going on with Plexico Burress right now, but they're starting to phase him out of the offense. He had the one touchdown in today's game. He hasn't done much in quite a while now. I don't really know what's going to happen there. But it sure seems like they're phasing him out. Eagles. No running game from them, and McNabb could not take over. I think part of that was the coaching staff not calling a very good game for Philadelphia. I did not like the play calling from them. The Eagles defense could not get off the field. Brian Westbrook was pretty much a non-factor. They did get Deshaun Jackson the ball a couple of times. They ran some cool play. They ran some of the Wildcat with him. I think they could have stood to get him the ball a little bit more, but they were able to produce well with him. Defensively, I don't know. It's just they seem to give up a lot. Watching that game, it felt like the Giants could do whatever they want, and maybe they could. But let me just say that while the Giants did get good pressure, they got no sacks, and that is credit to the Giants. The Eagles' offensive line. They played well against the pass, if maybe not against the run. And don't even get me started on the decision to run the ball on 3rd and 3 at the end, and then run it on 4th and 1. I don't know. I know Andy Reid's making millions of dollars coaching a football team, and I'm not, but I gotta question that one. Monday night, 49ers and Cardinals. It was a competitive game, surprisingly so. Sean Hill played well early, and then just the bottom fell out as the game went along. He threw a couple of really bad interceptions. He was very lucky he didn't end up turning it over more than he did. He started the game really well with good touchdown passes to Vernon Davis and Josh Morgan, moving the offense. Frank Gore playing well. Some wildcat offense by the Niners that seemed to get the job done. Sean Hill had that gutsy 3rd down run to keep a drive alive near the end. A lot of good things from the Niners. Jason Hill had a very good game. He's a second-year player that they are depending on to be a part of their future. So, good things from the Niners. You know, defensively, they kept the Cardinals to a slow start. They got some pressure. They played pretty well against the receivers for a good part of the game. They let Steve Breaston beat them, but they started the game well. Things fell apart by the end, but they started things out pretty well. What else? Cardinals. Kurt Warner did wake up, had a big game, 328 yards and 3 touchdowns, played really well. This in spite of no running game because Hightower could not get anywhere. Steve Breaston and Anquan Bolden and Larry Fitzgerald showing why they are the premier wide receiver trio in the NFL right now. The defense forced several turnovers that unfortunately got called back, but they ended up with about 3 turnovers that did count. They came up with them at big points, and again, play calling at the end. Go watch the sequence if you haven't seen it already. I will never understand how that happened. Running the ball with 4 seconds left on the goal line with Michael Robinson. Explain that one to me. Okay, real quick, I'm going to throw out a pick for Thursday night because there are no secrets about this game. I know what I need to know. I'm taking the Jets. They're figuring themselves out. They're rounding into something good. Both these teams are playing pretty well. I think they're both on an equal plane, and I think the Jets are going to get revenge for Week 2. I got the Jets winning Thursday night.